are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the only one media group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
At dollarseed.com, all of our seeds are only $1 a pack. And we have online resources that teach you all about the rewarding hobby of growing your own plants, flowers, herbs, and vegetables. Imagine the joy you'll feel when your children actually help you harvest your first garden crop, or the pride of knowing you'll never need a florist again. Visit dollarseed.com and grow a little magic of your own for just $1. Dollarseed.com. What could be healthier?
Hello, hello, hello. What is up, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio, and I'm your host, Dini. But I must say, this particular episode is pre-recorded, and I can't wait to deliver it to your inboxes. And for you guys who are subscribed to the show, you'll be the first to know, actually. So, yeah, much appreciation for that. All right, before we bring our guest on, I do want to say that you have to have building blocks. Like, what are you talking about, Dini? Okay, check this out. The substance of success is easy. You know, it comes in the small, insignificant moments. And when those moments are combined and directed towards a goal, success is achieved. The fundamental essence of achievement is available to anyone. It doesn't usually require great strength or great intelligence or even extraordinary skills. The most magnificent achievements spring from the most ordinary moments, when all those moments are directed towards the achievement. And over the next few hours, you will face numerous decisions, and the vast majority of those decisions will seem trivial. Yet when you consistently make decisions in a focused and intentional manner, fully aware of all the combined consequences, those small, easy actions can lead to great and lasting success at anything that you choose to pursue. So the moments of your life are the fundamental building blocks of success and achievement. And each one is easy to manipulate. Each one is important. Put them all together in just the right way, and you'll build something great. Take that from me, Coach Dini. That is my word, and word is bond.
Have you struggled budgeting your finances? Don't worry, you're not alone. HumbledBudget.com, that's HumbledBudget.com, is the help and resource you've been searching for. HumbledBudget.com is a personal finance and educational website with a great variety of topics when it comes to budgeting, taxes, investing, and the popular topic of FIRE, financial independence, retire early. HumbledBudget.com has a goal, and that's to help you reach your financial dreams, no matter what your goals are when it comes to finances. It doesn't matter where you start, where you come from, or where you are right now. HumbledBudget.com can help. What are you waiting for? Take that first step to the financial life you've dreamed of and go to HumbledBudget.com. That's HumbledBudget. HumbledBudget.com.
All right. What is up, guys? Again, you're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio. And I'm your host, Dini. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings. You know, the ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. With that, let's welcome our guest, the powerful, dynamic Lyon Brave. Hello. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. How are you tonight?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm great.
All right, all right. So I'm excited to have you here with us tonight to talk about your life, to talk about your music, your mission, and everything you have going on. I checked you out. You have some pretty incredible things going on. So we definitely want to chat about that. Um, you know, one of the main questions that we've been asking for this entire year is about fear. Like which fear are you facing and will defeat this year? Do you have any?
I think most people, especially in the current society, have probably the fear of not being successful. It used to be like, if you have a roof over your head and a potato, you're good,
Yeah.
but nowadays it's like you feel like a loser if you don't have a Lamborghini. I don't even know what kind of car that is. It's just something that gets thrown out, and the standards of what success is in the modern world are it's crazy, and like you can easily just feel like you're not doing enough.
Yeah, I agree. This culture, this society that we're in right now is totally misguided. And, social media is to blame for that. What it does is paint the beautiful pictures, but it never paints the picture of the process to get there, to get the Lamborghini, to whatever you deem as successful, I think. But hey, I'm just a simple guy. I think success is whatever you define as success that makes you happy. Right? At least I hope. What do you think?
I wish that success was that simple, but it's not, because we do live in a world of other people. So like you're constantly against the judgment of other people's definitions of success. And, it doesn't really matter how much you meditate or pray, because, being under the judgments of everyone else is a thing, and it is complicated to deal with, no matter how enlightened or thick-skinned you are.
Yeah, that's true too. But I always say, if people cared about what other people think, like, people wouldn't do anything. And I think that's the point that we're at, because everything's so judgmental, everything's so transparent, because everyone has a phone and, access to your life. But yeah, thick skin, tough, almost doesn't exist because of, yeah, you're right. So tell us about your life growing up, and, when your mindset began to change that helped steer you into the path that you're on now.
Growing up, I had a kind of an imaginative mother. I think she helped to give me an imagination. And it was pretty simple. I wouldn't say like my family knew too much about anything. They didn't really talk about money. I'm not even sure if they knew about like the greater world. But like there's sort of something in me that was a little bit ambitious. And what really changed me was like I spent some time in China, and China is a success-oriented country like I have never seen. And I personally, I love China. I know there's a lot of misunderstandings about what China is and isn't. But I think like the ambition of China is amazing. Like they were able to pull like an entire country out of poverty within 40 years. Like China has done amazing things. It's also probably like the only country that can literally throw up a hospital overnight, which is something that, happened during COVID. Like China is by far more technologically advanced than anyone realizes. And, like they used to have like this expression that, China's asleep, it's a dragon, but when the dragon wakes, the whole world will shake. And there's some truth to that, because it's also one of our most populous nations.
Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. What do you think contributes to China's success like that? Is it unity? Is it policies that are enforced?
China has amazing policies that are also misunderstood in the West. Like, for instance, in America, we have like a welfare system that sort of rewards broken and dysfunctional homes. Like, it's not okay that we have so many single mothers. And then our welfare system sort of rewards that broken marriage. China, on the other hand, will penalize you if you, like they used to have this policy called the one-child policy. Now it's 2 children, and they're talking about 3. And the reason is because so many children were dying. And they found that when families were having, too many kids, they weren't able to take care of them, which is true. And then unlike our government where, we tax people who are barely surviving themselves to pay for other kids, China would be like, okay, if you go past too many kids and you can't afford them, you're going to pay us. And so actually you saw penalties if you have children you couldn't take care of, which created a generation of parents who are hyper-focused on raising their children instead of like sort of mooching off of them or, like America, we have this system where we mooch off of our children instead of cultivate them into remarkable, amazing people. And China is the opposite because the government doesn't reward that. When in China, because of the strict rules the government has set for childbirth, like when parents have a child, they really do everything they can to invest in that child and make sure it's like, the best person it can be moving into the future. And I think that's important. I think a lot of parents in America underestimate what it means to be a parent. It's a lot more than just putting food on the table.
Oh yeah, a lot more to it. So I could tell that you're heavy into music. Describe and explain your love for it.
Music is the great unifier. One of the things about music is if it's good music, you don't even need to know the language. Like, good music just has a sound. It just has a vibe. Like, you don't really even need to understand the words. Instrumental, that's why instrumental is powerful, but even good vocals in a language you've never heard before can bring you the tears. So, like, music is the great unifier, and some people say it's angels singing on high. It's also a lot of people's favorite way to pray at church. Like, a lot of people go to church just for the music. So it's probably the best part of the human experience, at least to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. And how did your love and respect for music transition into you becoming an artist?
I had no intentions of ever making music. For a long time, I really found my peace in listening to other artists. And like, I remember living in the country and getting my first CD player. And I remember getting my very first CD. It was actually, I grew up in like the Britney Spears NSYNC generation and in America. So, I grew up there in the Disney tween phase. So I got an NSYNC No Strings Attached CD was my very first CD, which in fairness is like a piece of pop culture. And but I was mad because my sister got Christina Aguilera, and I really resonated. Like, that girl had a powerhouse voice, so like I really wanted that CD. And yeah, like, so just but also, like, I kind of also introverted as a kid. Like, I didn't like dealing with dating, like 14-year-olds date, boys hit on you even when you're 14. I didn't like really dealing with socializing in school, so I just, I wore my CD player a lot to avoid things and just like live in my own peaceful world.
Yeah, I was the same way growing up. Very introverted. I'm still introvert now. I'm a professional introvert, if that's a thing. I really just started podcasting to get over the fear of being around people and speaking in public. So, but here we are today. Are you still introvert?
It's interesting because I have amazing people skills when I want to have them. Like, I definitely can turn on the charm, but I definitely prefer to be introverted because I like introverted activities. Like, I really love to play the piano. I like to write. I like researching. Like, deep down inside, I'm a nerd. Like, I'm actually very smart, and like, so like, I prefer introverted activities. If I found people who are, I like the term tribe. People refer to like people who are like your people as a tribe. But like, we live in a world of like, I think 7 billion people and it should blink and it will be 9 billion. And that's a lot of people. But in that massive amounts of people, finding your people is challenging. And you might not even be in the same city or country. So, and I definitely don't think, Beyonce has that song like snakes don't run with lions don't swing with monkeys or something like that. And that's true. Like, snakes have no business with rabbits, and rabbits have no business with owls. And there's like some sort of group stuff like that going on in the human world too. Like, I believe in one love and that all humans are worthy of dignity, but not all humans can be your friend. In fact, 99.9% of them cannot.
Yeah. Wow, that's a crazy number. 99%?
Well, we're not aligned, and then life is short. Like, you can't, I mean, I really think the main focus, especially as, when your focus changes as you move through life. So when you're a kid, you can have 20 friends, 50 friends, 100 friends. But when you become an adult, hopefully you have like really good business relationships, because that's the world we live in. And hopefully you have a few friends you can go hang out with, a few mentors. And then, but like the majority of your focus, to me, in my opinion, should be on like your spiritual community and your home, your wife, your kids, your husband, and maybe like one or two like really close allies and a business partner. But like, especially as you're building, you gotta have a tight circle. And then betrayal is the real thing. Like, I'm not really sure why, we're getting into that resurrection season, anyways, where Judas betrayed Jesus. And then I have a brother, Adam, who also does rap music, and he has a line that says even Jesus had a Judas right next to him. So there's this element of humans are they backstab, and like sometimes it's unexpected. So you do have to be careful about your inner circle.
Man, we could tell so many stories, but you have a lot of insight about just life and spirituality. Do those things come into your music?
I would like to move into some more gospel work as I get older. I kind of have like a funky style, and I'm like kind of focusing on like this thing called hyperpop and like EDM. But like originally I started rap just clowning around. I had a lot of brothers, and they all thought they were the next great MC. And they had flow, but they didn't have a business sense. Like, they don't understand the fun part is recording, the hard part is marketing. They don't really understand that it's more than getting. I've tried to explain to them the fun part is recording your song, okay? But after that, you have like 90% more work to do.
Yeah, and that's the part that burns out artists. The work that's involved behind the scenes. I counsel artists on the side, and that is the number one like problem, is the burnout. They just want to create, and all that marketing, promotion, shaking hands, kissing babies, hugging necks to get the music out is taking a toll on them, because they just want to create. So trying to find that balance is definitely crucial. Have you collaborated with your brother yet?
We sort of have had extreme sibling rivalry since we were children. I remember, actually, the very first thing I ever got was The Lion King, but this was a tape. So the first CD I ever got was NSYNC, and the first tape I ever got was The Lion King, and I was in there hitting that high note, which I can't hit anymore, and I was listening on it on replay, and my brother, he's a big guy. He was big even then. He's, how old is he? He's easily maybe, I honestly don't know. I have to think about it, but like 10 years older than me, okay? And so he came in and he took out my Lion King tape and he let all the film unravel, right? He destroyed my favorite thing in the world, right? And I'm like 5, and I'm sitting there and I'm stunned. I can't believe what just happened. I'm 5. And the boys, I had a couple brothers, they all sleep in like the same bedroom. And I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do. And I go into and this was a Brave act. I go into my brother's room and they're all chilling on their bed, having a good time. And I pick up their boombox and I break it. I slam it on the ground, That's a brave thing for a little 5-year-old kid to do. Of course, I got, beat down, but it was worth it because like he needed to know what he just did to me. Like,
yeah, wow. So that action, do you still have that kind of tenacity in your personality today? Like when something rubs you the wrong way, do you stand up for yourself?
I'm definitely learning to pick my battles because things can rub you the wrong way that are not your battles. Like someone destroying my Lion King tape, that is absolutely personally my battle. But like someone just being like, that's just that person gibbering off at the mouth. Whatever they said might rub you the wrong way, but it's not really worth getting into a fight about. Like, so, everyone's heard that expression, pick your battles. You learn.
Right. So we're going to play your song Parasite tonight. What's the story behind this track?
Parasite's pretty cool. I would say it's like a new chapter of music for me. But like, it's just like, it's about, basically that battle of your higher self versus your lower self. Because every person has two of them. And then we were talking about success earlier. Well, success might be just living every day in your higher self, which is hard for a lot of people. It's hard for me too. I can't pretend like I've mastered this. So like your lower self wants to do stuff like sleep in into noon, drink all night, maybe cheat on your wife, maybe steal from your boss. Like, your lower self wants to do a lot of things. And some of the things are bad, real bad, like obviously bad. And then some of the things are innocent, like, eating a whole bag of Doritos and chugging like a 2-liter bottle of soda. But like, like your lower self is, to be your higher self, like it requires a lot of work. And then I have a lyric, like, you got to be like superhuman. And I believe, like, if you're really, like, and the Matrix is trending, like, the concept of the Matrix is trending on the internet. Yeah. Like, to me, the idea of the Matrix and why it's so popular is because people want to tap into, like, their higher self. Like, it's not actually, like, the world is not real. It's that, yes, you probably are a lot more capable than the situations and challenges you've set your current life up to be. Like, a lot of people, they live in the same, like, 4 miles their entire life. So, like, yes, that's a prison, that's a matrix, like, because, like, there is China and there is Rome and there is Italy, and it's like you can go explore. Like, even if you've only lived in Ohio, there is LA,
Yep. Man, that can spawn another conversation about the trick of just keeping people confined in their cities and their neighborhoods. I have friends who've never been on certain parts, a different side of town. They're just stuck in that one neighborhood. Same store, same school, same church, and that's it. That's their life. And it's like there's invisible bars, around their vicinity. It baffles me. But we're about to play your song, Parasite, and then we'll be back to put Lyon Brave in our traditional hot seat, where she gets to perform for us, whether that's rapping, singing, poetry, spoken word, giving advice, telling a joke, telling a story, or playing an instrument. The choice is hers. She don't have to do any of that. The choice is hers. But for right now, guys, here it is, Parasite. Stay tuned. Be right back.
There's supposed to be a benefit to being exquisite. I feel like I'm in a deficit. It's straining me, and my clone is misrepresenting me. Telling lies all around the city. It's not pretty. Speaking with a woman who is terrifying. She's a parasite. She's a parasite. She's a parasite. And I'm specialized. She's a parasite. She's a parasite. She's a parasite. And I'm special as lightning. All my human clones are students hoping to be better than me and get the solutions flowing. And they won't want to be known as my clone, so they're gonna stab me right in my back. the lover and the fighter. There must be two of me, the beginner and the master. There must be two of me, that parasitic bubbles. There must be two of me, 1,000 of me. I'm everywhere. I'm disappearing. I don't know. There must be a benefit to being this exquisite. There must be a benefit to being this exquisite. But I feel like I'm in a deficit. Oh, there's so many of me. Gotta be better than a human being. Gotta be superhuman. Gotta be better than a human being. Gotta be superhuman. Gotta be better than the best version of yourself. Gotta be better. Gotta be better than that parasite. Get that parasite out of sight. I don't care what she's wearing. Wearing those Gucci shoes, squashing those Prada glasses. I don't care what she's wearing. She's a parasite. Get that parasite out of sight. She's just a parasite.
All right. Welcome back. That was Parasite by Lyon Brave. All right, so, man, there must be two of me. Man, I would love to see that song performed live or a music video, some visuals. Let's go ahead and bring her back. Yo, you're back with us. What are you going to perform?
Shoot. I don't really want to be on the spot with anything creative, so give me advice.
Well, okay. This is one of the questions I get from a lot of artists. How do you balance your day-to-day life with trying to pursue your creation as well?
I would say that I heard this idea called 10X by Grant Cardone. And I think this is a good lesson in productivity because consistency is the name of the game. And a lot of artists do burn out even if they're passionate about it because maybe they don't see reward or money for it. But the truth is if you need reward or money, you're not a musician. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to make money, but if you really love music, then you would be making music just because of the joy of making music, because it's wonderful. It is joyous. But like with that being said, 10 timesing it is like if you came out with 5 tracks last year, try to come up with 50 this year because we live in a content creation machine these days. The name of the game has changed. So like try to 10 times your productivity. Like if you did 3 songs last year, try to do 30 this year. Like step up your game. And there's honestly no reason you can't write 30 songs in 360 days if you take your craft seriously. I mean, songs are like 2 to 3 minutes.
Absolutely. Totally agree. All right. There is one part I do disagree. The amount of content. I mean, there's so much out there right now. I get lost in the shuffle. I can't remember a line or a hook, anything memorable because the content is coming out so fast. And I believe artists are getting lost in the sauce too because they're trying to keep up with the demand to keep their fans, make sure their fans don't forget them. So, yeah. But other than that, yeah, definitely agree with all of that. And you're right, the name of the game is pushing out content at a fast rate. If you can do 3, you can do 30. If you can do 30, you can do 300. Keep it going. All right, where can our listeners connect with you online?
I'm very easy to find online. Like I'm on every platform. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Amazon. I'm on iHeartRadio. And then on top of it, I'm finally on Pandora, which was a big deal for me because almost anyone can sort of upload their music to some sites like SoundCloud.
Yep.
But Pandora has a screening process. So not every song can get on Pandora. So that was like kind of a win. It was a win because it was one of the first times a couple of my songs have been on Pandora. And then all I would like to say about volume is I definitely think like if you have a hit song and actually have a couple hit songs, like you don't need to turn out a bunch of content it would be better to just get one to go viral and get it all over the world, because the truth is you only need one hit song. But with that being said, you also want to you want like a collection of work, because you don't want your fans to discover Parasite and then forget you because you don't have anything else. So you want them to be able to go through your work. And then also, I think I read something like the average artist, it like sort of gets discovered like, around like the 200 song mark. So with that being said, a lot of artists give up at like just making a couple songs. So, there is a reason to just keep writing and making content, because one, it's helping you to master your craft.
All right. Listeners, when you get this episode, just in case your fingers are preoccupied, you couldn't get those links, no worries. I will have every last one in the description of this episode and in the show notes. So all you guys have to do is click the links and connect. All right. We just want to thank you once again for being our special guest and sharing your life and your music with us. Much appreciation.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Dini. It was so great to connect with you.
All right. Great to connect with you as well. Have a lovely evening.
You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is onlyonemediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request some music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer: we are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, at all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.
Hey neighbor, this is Merrill Hodge. S&T Bank is a community bank that truly cares about people. Whether you're a brand new customer or your family has been with S&T Bank since its start in 1902, the team is ready to exceed your banking expectations. S&T Bank was ranked #1 in customer satisfaction with retail banking in Pennsylvania by J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2022 award information, visit jdpower.com. Learn how S&T Bank supports its neighbors at stbank.com today. Member FDIC.
What if this was the year where you simplified your finances and broke free from your debt? S&T Bank wants to help you make 2023 your year with the home equity total line of credit you deserve. And because they're aiming for total success, S&T Bank is offering an appraisal fee waiver and no processing fees for all new home equity total line of credit customers. It's time to make dreams come true. Call 833-474-3300 for details.